Welcome back. So in the last video, we saw the last analogy that I did with the waiter and you ordering stuff to demonstrate what the difference is between client-side rendering and server-side rendering. Now let's go. Let me show you a real-world example. I have two websites. Okay, one website uses client-side rendering, which is this. The other use sorry, this uses client-side rendering, and this guy here uses um, server-side rendering. Okay, so this is what I will do to demonstrate. I am going to disable the JavaScript on both of these websites. Okay, and we will see what happens. But this is what I expect. Since this website uses server-side rendering, when I disable the JavaScript, I expect to still see this HTML and everything here. Everything here I expect to see. All of it. Without delay. Because remember, server-side rendering, it will send me this HTML, all of this already rendered, pre-rendered for me. On the other hand, this website uses client-side rendering. It is pure React. Okay? And I'm going to get to that a little bit. Like I'm going to get to which of the frameworks can you take advantage of either. Okay. So on this website, when I disable JavaScript, I expect not to see anything. Why? Because the JavaScript needs to execute on my computer before I can see all of this HTML and the information inside. It needs to execute on my computer. But when I disable it, that means it can't execute, so therefore I can't see this. You get me right? The JavaScript needs to execute on my computer before I can see the HTML. That is how browsers render pages. If any page you visit, any website you visit depends on JavaScript, that JavaScript is executed first. And you can change the order, but that JavaScript is executed first before you can see the HTML. So that once you see the HTML, you can interact. All this clicking, showing, me seeing this is all JavaScript. Okay? All right, let's do it. Let me start with this. This is a website that does server-side rendering. Okay? So I'm going to open up my developer tools. Let's see. Let's stick it at the bottom or on the side. Yeah, let's stick it on the side, on at the bottom. Okay. Let me stick it on the side. All right. Let me open my console and let me do this. Okay. Control P, Control Shift P, and disable JavaScript. So Control Shift P, and I want to click disable JavaScript. And now my JavaScript is disabled. And I can show you how I know that, okay? But let me refresh. Check this out. I still see my pages, okay? And we can check on the network tab, we can check to see if the JavaScript have actually been disabled, okay? You see all this red, it means blocked. They are all been disabled. The resources have all been disabled. So the little JavaScript that I get that help me render this page is all disabled because they've already been used in the server side. Okay? So, and I can I can refresh this page, but I'll be able to do anything JavaScript. For example, click on this. I can't do that because this dark mode and light mode switch depends on JavaScript. All right, let's go to this guy. Okay, this guy does client-side rendering. Let's see what happens when I disable the JavaScript. Okay, just to show you that this actually works, the JavaScript on this works. Okay, because I can click this, all of this, I can do this. All right, let's go ahead and open up our developer console. So right click anywhere on your page and click inspect. All right, here we are. I'm gonna go to the console tab and I'm gonna click some buttons. Control P, Control Shift P, and I'm gonna search for disable JavaScript. It's right there. So JavaScript is disabled, and I can test it. Check it out. This this profile drop down no longer works. All right. Check the magic now once I refresh it. I expect not to see any of this HTML. Okay. Check that out. So when I build this site, I made in such a way that you should see this loading dots animation when the JavaScript is being executed. And look at it. The JavaScript is not executed, so it's not showing me the HTML. On the other side, check this out. I can still see this, but the JavaScript I can do anything JavaScript on this page. Now I can navigate between pages. Check that out. It's also I can also see my HTML and everything on the page. So that is that. Let me go back to my annotations. So as you can see, if you have like, so when should you use what? There's all that debate going on right now. Which one is good for you? Okay. Honestly, for me, I prefer the server-side rendering for many reasons. Okay. But let me tell you one disadvantage with server-side rendering. If you don't have a good server that can process multiple things at a time, then server-side rendering might not be for you, right? Because when someone goes to your site, the JavaScript will be executed on your server. So your server gets to really work. Okay? That is really the downside to server side. Otherwise, the advantages, oh man, you get CEO right off the bat. And if you don't know how, that might be something that you can search on. It's beyond the scope of this lesson, but you get this right off the bat. And that's crucial. And like, if anything happens to your website, like with this, like let's say somehow the JavaScript disabled, people will still be able to go to see your site. Absolutely see your site. So so that those are some of the advantages, and there are many advantages to server-side rendering. So one framework that really shines when it comes to server-side rendering is Next.js. Next.js uses server-side rendering, and React is just vanilla React, pure React. Um, so, but Next.js is built on React. But yeah, that is all, guys, that I wanted to share. Thank you very much for coming in. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button, because when you like this video, the Google algorithm will help get this video out. So please like it and subscribe if you can, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.